Hey guys, today I'm going to talk all about liquid foundation and how to apply it. I have that video that's called how to get flawless skin, or how to whatever, and that's more of like how to apply powder foundation, just like kind of my favorite way to apply foundation, what I usually do day to day. But I know that some of you do prefer liquid foundation. My hair looks so funky today. I let it air dry, and it's just kind of doing its own thing. Okay, anyways, so I'm going to use my very favorite liquid foundation. I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus. Now, I do like the Studio Fix Fluid by MAC, but this provides better coverage. You don't have to use as much. It holds up better. This is oil-free. It's water-resistant. It really does control oil, and so it's kind of a no-brainer when it goes to deciding. Alright, now let's talk about brushes and stuff like that. I know that you can apply foundation a million different ways. Some people like to use their fingers. That's fine if that works for you. I do that sometimes. Some people like to use a sponge, and that's fine too. And some people like to use a brush. That's my favorite way to do it, and there are a million different brushes you can use. One option would just be the traditional, paddle-shaped kind of, foundation brush. And I guess the MAC 109 is the most common, I guess, like that. This one I like to use for concealer. It's a little smaller, and I like to use it kind of over larger areas to conceal discoloration and scarring and stuff like that. For actual liquid foundation, I like to use the 189. This is a very large paddle type foundation brush. You can see the difference. Did I say the 189? When you apply, you're going to make small downward strokes like that. You're not really going to do that or anything because that's going to leave streaks. You're going to really have to go back and do a lot of that, and I think it just drags the foundation around too much. I just like to use small strokes. It really gets it into the skin, and it makes it more even and provides better coverage. If you're going to use a brush like the 187 or the 188, which are kind of like those stippling skunk brushes, then you're going to want to use swirling motions. You can take your foundation, dot it all over your face, or you can take it into a little dish, drag the brush through it, and then you're going to swirl it onto your face, starting in the center and working outward. Really the only difference between these two, the 187 and the 188, the 188 is a little smaller, and it works just as great. It's a little more precise, but it's going to take you a little bit longer. But I really like that one for liquid foundation as well. Another brush that's great is the 109. I used to have a video where I was actually using this with foundation. It was one of my older first videos, and it had copyright issues, so it was removed. But it's just you would use it just like one of these brushes. You just kind of swirl it around, and since it's really small and dense, it's going to provide really good coverage. But it will take a little longer since it's smaller, obviously. Another brush that I'm actually going to try soon with liquid foundation is the 165. This is the one from the Brunette Blonde Redhead. It's a limited edition brush, and I don't know, something about it really kind of seems like it'd be good for liquid foundation because it's kind of long and narrow, and you could kind of like do that, or you could swirl it. So I think this would be a really cool one as well. But I'm going to use this brush. That's what I'm going to show you today. And first, what you want to do is use your color correcting concealers. I don't really like to use the green or anything like that. I'm just going to use my Studio Finish and NC20 with that 190 brush, and I'm just going to go over large areas of redness and any kind of discoloration. If you have an actual blemish, wait until after you do your foundation, because you don't want to, you'll just rub it right off. So I'm just going to take a small amount and just lightly dab it all over areas of my face. If you need more, you can always go back afterwards, but it's better to start out with not enough and then add some more. Take my brush, and in very small downward strokes, I'm just going to blend it all around. Alright, so it's totally blended in. For areas like right here along the sides of your nose, you can turn the brush sideways and get in like that. For more precision, you can turn it onto its, onto the very tips. So this is a really great brush to work with. I don't really think I need to add any more. Now I'm just going to go back with my concealer and get more precise areas. You can use that same 190 brush, or you can get any kind of concealer brush that you want or that you're comfortable with using. And this keeps you from piling so much foundation on your face. And a lot of people think that the foundation has to cover everything, but if you know that you still haven't applied all of your concealer, it kind of gives you a lighter hand with the foundation, because you're not like piling it on trying to cover everything. And it also looks a lot more natural. Obviously, no one wants to see a ton of foundation caked up on your face, because whether you think it is or not, it is noticeable. You can always tell when someone's used too much. Right, then for smaller, like more precise areas or blemishes, you can take a smaller brush. Or for more like, defined areas of like discoloration or whatever you got. Alright, then to set it, I'm going to use my Mineralized Skinfinish in medium dark. And I know that sounds scary, but it really is not that dark. And the only time I use the dark one is when I use it with a fluffy brush to set my foundation, because it's not going to make, it's not going to have as much coverage. If I use like a 182 with it and I actually use the medium dark for foundation, it might be a little dark. So, but since I'm using it with a fluffier brush, it's not going to apply much color. It's just going to kind of warm up my skin. Alright, now I'm going to do my under eye concealer. I do that last because I don't want it to grab onto any powder. I don't want any powder to grab onto it. And I'm using the Select Moisturecover in NW20. And since that just really neutralizes the blue and it really just matches my skin almost exactly, I'm going to mix it with a lighter shade, the NW15. There is a huge difference between NW15 and NW20 in the Select Moisturecover. So I put the lighter dot in the middle, and then I'm just going to go back and forth when I pat it. I don't like to use a brush to apply this under my eyes. I think it's a little harsh. I just like to kind of pat it with my fingers, and it works just as well. Alright, then to set that, I'm going to use the Benefit Powderflage. You never really want to put any like loose powder made for your face under your eyes, like where your concealer is, because whether you have like lines under there or not, it is going to grab on whatever you've got, like whatever little lines there are, and it's not going to look good. I like this powder because it is made specifically for that area. It feels really slippery. It's almost like a almost feels like a silica powder or something. I'm just dusting that under there with my 224 brush. And this kind of brightens it up as well, and it sets that concealer. This powder is made specifically for the under eye area, so it's the Benefit Powderflage. Alright, then at this point I would do any contouring, add some bronzer. I want to keep it as quick as possible, so obviously this would only take like 5 minutes, the whole entire process, if I wasn't talking. But I'm just going to take some Golden by MAC. This is a bronzer. I'm going to take this large paddle brush by Coastal Scent. Just get some on there, and then just quickly kind of add it to the area where I would normally contour. And it's just super quick. It's going to kind of give some dimension to your face and kind of like warm up your skin at the same time. And this bronzer really isn't, it looks like it has some shimmer to it, but on your skin you can't see it. And then I'm just going to add it just around my hairline and just kind of connecting down my temples to where I applied the color. And just a very, very light dusting on my cheeks, right on the side of my nose. Obviously, if I was doing this like, more precise, I would take more time on this, but if you're in a hurry, you can just get it done really fast. Just add a little bit of bronzer to my chin. And blend everything together. And then on my cheeks, I'm just going to add a little bit of the Redhead MSF, the Mineralized Skinfinish by MAC. I'm going to use a 187-like brush. Just get it really light on your brush and kind of tap off whatever's extra because this stuff is pretty intense. You don't want all those little extra flecks on your skin if they don't have to be there. I just want the color and the pretty sheen. Alright, so then you could add a highlighter if you want. I'm not going to because this is pretty shimmery and you know, I'm just trying to keep it as quick as possible. So, alright, so that's all there is to it. And let me think. Oh, at the very end you can add you know, another powder if you want. Like a light one, not like a heavy one. Like when I say heavy, I mean like the kind that have color to them, like the Select Sheer by MAC, the loose, or the blot powder. Even the blot powder does have some color to it, and it can be a little heavy. So I'm going to use the Makeup Forever HD powder. It's a silica powder. It's very light. It goes everywhere when you open it. I'm just using a really fluffy brush and just applying it over everything. It's not going to deposit any color. It's just going to kind of add like a soft focused look on your face and work to set anything else that you've done. Just realized I forgot to do my mascara. Alright, so it was pretty quick and pretty easy. Like I said, it would not have taken that long if I hadn't been explaining and all that. So that's all, and I hope that that was helpful and that you guys enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye.